Peak celebrate.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
6:09 on the dot on your early Tuesday evening is the time. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed tracking a mild night followed by a warm Wednesday and then changing over to snow as we head through tomorrow night and especially as we head into Thanksgiving Thursday and Black Friday. Let's take a look first though at the 4-day forecast, basically just recapping everything that I just talked about. Temperatures between 55 and 60. Keep in mind the average high for this time of year around 45 degrees, so we'll be well above that for tomorrow. That could be the last time that we see temperatures that warm for a couple of months, really, and then dropping as we head through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday into the 30s, but feeling like the 20s for most of those days, thanks to that northwesterly wind, and that northwesterly wind also drawing in that lake snow, with the exception of Thursday. Thursday will be more of a west-southwesterly wind, and I'll tell you how that will impact our forecast coming up, and then, of course, it'll all come to an end on Saturday. Live look right now at downtown Utica. First things first, 45 degrees again. That's our average high for this time of year, as I just mentioned, and not slipping back much from that as we head through the overnight hours. The winds are out of the east right now at 11 miles an hour. We're not seeing any gusts, though. It's feeling like 39 because of that. And then the winds will come in out of the south as we head through the overnight hours. So again, that's the reason why we're not dropping back much, at least not yet. That changes as we head through Thursday and especially on Friday. So for that reason, Madison, Oneida, Herkimer, Hamilton County still under a winter storm watch. However, up toward the northwest, Lewis County is now under a lake effect snow warning, and that kicks into effect tomorrow evening, stays into effect through Friday evening. The rest of our counties to the south and east, it goes into effect Thursday and either expires on Friday or Saturday, just depending on where you live. That'll either go to a lake effect snow warning or winter weather advisory, just depending on the accumulations. Again, temperatures with an easterly or southeasterly breeze in the upper 30s to the lower and middle 40s across the area right now, so feels kind of balmy compared to how it's going to feel over the next couple of days. The winds are out of the, again, east and southeast around 5 to 15 miles an hour. Not seeing much of any gusts. I do expect that to change, especially after 2, 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Initially coming in out of the southwest. That's what's fueling the warmth tomorrow. And then it'll be coming in out of the northwest, and it'll become even gustier as we head through Friday. Feels like values, again, the upper 30s to around 40 out there. And we are seeing some moderate rain, especially along and just to the north of the thruway. The reason for that is because we do have a warm front associated with the trough. The warm front's to the south. That's what will result in the warming temperatures overnight, and then this area of low pressure back toward Michigan. In between that, we've got breezy and mild conditions thanks to a southwesterly breeze that will be with us tomorrow, but it's this cold front back toward the west that will cause the winds to switch over to the northwest, and that's it'll become quite cold, windy, and snowy as we head through Thursday, and especially during the day on Friday. So Futurecast showing us that we'll have those clouds, those showers during the overnight hours as southeasterly breeze initially will switch over to the south and southwest. For most of the day, it's around 6 to 12 miles an hour, but there will be some gusts, as I just showed you, during the afternoon. And when the front moves through around 3, 4, 5 o'clock, there could be some heavy rain and some thunder, which is not good timing for those of you that are hitting the road for Thanksgiving travel. So for most of tomorrow, it's mostly cloudy. It's after 4 o'clock that we'll see that move in, and there could be as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow, maybe even more than that, lake effect to the northwest of Utica, less toward the south and east. We'll fine-tune that for you over the next couple of days, but suffice it to say it all comes to an end on Saturday before some more rain and snow showers move through Sunday, Monday, and possibly even into Tuesday of next week. We just have to get through this first round. First, Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Eyewitness weather forecast.
It's just about 10:17 on your late Tuesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed tracking a mild night tonight before it turns warmer on Wednesday, and that's before the rain changes over to snow for some of us by tomorrow night into Thanksgiving. Let's take a look first, though, at the 4-day planner. Set you up for what you need to know over the next couple of days. That, of course, includes Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and that's where temperatures will tumble into the 30s, feeling like the 20s most of the day. Same thing as we go through Saturday. It looks like the day with the most widespread snow and the heaviest snow looks to be on Friday. But before we get to there, we'll enjoy the balmy weather tomorrow, 55 to 60. That's likely the last time that we'll see that, at least if not for this year, for the next several months, and then we'll see that change over to snow by the time we head toward tomorrow night and Thursday morning. No snow in downtown Utica. In fact, it's 45 degrees. Temperatures haven't gone down much. In fact, they're going to come up as the night goes on as a warm front crosses the area. We do have rain out there, so you can see it's wet on the roads. An easterly breeze at 5 miles an hour is what we have to thank for those, again, warming temperatures, but that's making it feel just a little bit chillier, 43. And the dew point is not far behind, so in addition to the rain, there could be a little bit of fog that develops, especially in some rural countryside areas. But beyond that, we do have a winter storm watch that has been issued for Oneida, Madison, Herkimer, as well as Hamilton counties, either from Thanksgiving night all the way through Saturday, and then up toward the northwest. Lewis County is in a lake effect snow warning already because it's closer in time and distance. The snow is expected to start tomorrow night there, and that warning goes through Friday evening as well. My suspicion is that the areas to the southeast will either go under a lake effect snow warning advisory or winter weather advisory, just depending on the exact totals. And again, that will change as we get closer, so make sure to keep it here. We'll keep you posted. Temperatures today were above average on either side of 50 degrees for many of us, although it did come with clouds and some showers at times, especially late in the day. That's part of one system moving through. And again, temperatures still fairly warm even for this time of night. This is typically our high for this time of year, around 45 degrees, some 30s up toward the north, however, thanks to an easterly and southeasterly breeze. And the breeze will pick up tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. We'll see gusts of around 15 to 25 miles an hour. You'll notice initially tomorrow the winds are out of the south and southwest, but then tomorrow evening they switch over to the northwest, and that's what will cause the rain to change over to snow. We do have rain, especially over the central and southern portions of our area right now because of a trough associated with this area of low pressure located over the lower portion of Michigan. Tomorrow we'll see a southwesterly breeze, and it'll be quite mild out there, but then once this cold front back through the midsection of the country moves through, it'll become windy and colder and even snowier as we head through Thursday. So a lot to process there on that satellite and radar, but we'll take you through the futurecast. We'll see periods of showers during the overnight hours, and some of those will last into your Wednesday morning as well. Initially, the winds are out of the south and southeast tomorrow morning, but they'll become south and southwest, and that means a warmer wind direction. And then the front itself moves through around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Could see some heavier rain and some embedded thunder before the winds switch over to the northwest, and that changes over to snow. And again, tomorrow's mostly cloudy, 55 to maybe as high as 58 in some areas. Winds out of the south and southwest, 6 to 12. There could be as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow, maybe even higher than a foot up toward the northern sections of Oneida County and the Tug Hill Plateau by the time it's all set and done on Saturday. But we'll keep rain and snow shower chances through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week as another system rolls through. But we've got to get through this one first, and that'll take us right through Thanksgiving. Tom's back over to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Witness weather forecast.
It's just past 11:13 on your late Tuesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking a mild night followed by a warm Wednesday, and that will be followed by rain changing over to snow tomorrow night into Thursday. Let's take a look at the next 4 days. You can see what I'm talking about here. Tomorrow between 55 and 60. That's probably the last of that we'll see for the last several months, or for this year for that matter, I should say. Unfortunately, it'll be wet and it'll be breezy at times, but definitely not as windy as Thursday into Friday, and that'll be a northwesterly breeze. So even though temperatures will be into the middle and upper 30s holding steady, and same thing as we head through Saturday, it'll only feel like the 20s for most of those days. That of course includes Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and then as we head through Saturday, the snow a little bit less numerous, not as sporadic, I should say, or widespread. But right now, we're not dealing with snow in downtown Utica. Temperature is the same as the last hour, 45 degrees, with some mostly cloudy skies, some rain out there, winds out of the east-northeast at 7 miles an hour, making it feel just a little bit chillier at 41. Dew point pretty close to that at 44. So that means there could be some patchy fog, and temperatures still fairly mild for this time of night. But we do have a winter storm watch, I should say, for Madison, Oneida, Herkimer, Hamilton counties. Those go into effect on Thursday evening, Thanksgiving evening, and stay through Saturday evening. Up toward the northwest, though, Lewis County, because you are closer in time and distance to the event starting, it is already a lake effect snow warning. That goes into effect tomorrow evening and stays through Friday evening. And my suspicion is that as we get closer in time, the rest of these counties will either go into a lake effect snow warning advisory or winter weather advisory, just depending on how much snow there is and where you live. And I'll have that for you coming up in just a second as well. Temperatures 45 degrees downtown Utica. We even have some readings that are higher than that up toward the down toward the south. Up toward the north, though, however, we are in the upper 30s to the low 40s. But still, this is typically where we are for our high temperature at this time of year, and that means we're going to have a pretty good launching pad for temperatures on Wednesday with a southerly breeze. And as you might have guessed, this is a good bit warmer than it was this time last night by as much as 9 to 15 degrees in many locations. So the winds are initially out of the south and southeast tomorrow, heading over toward the south and southwest. And then by tomorrow afternoon and evening, once the cold front passes through, not only will we see the gusts pick up, but they're out of the northwest. So that's what will cause the rain to change over to snow. We've got some light showers over the northern and southern and central sections of our region. The reason for that is because of this trough associated with a warm front, so that's what will cause the winds to switch over to the south tomorrow. Becomes breezy and mild, but back behind this more powerful cold front through the midsections of the country, it becomes cold and windy out of the northwest. So temperatures in the 30s, feeling like the 20s. I know a lot of to process there on that satellite and radar. I understand that, so we'll walk you through it with Futurecast. We'll have showers tonight and a lot of clouds thanks to that warm front moving through. Temperatures well into the 50s tomorrow until that front moves through around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Could be some heavy rain and some embedded thunder. Temperatures dropping rapidly through the 40s and 30s, and we'll see lake effect snow. Tomorrow it is mostly cloudy up until around 3 or 4 o'clock, and highs between 55 and 58, and then we could see as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow, maybe higher than that up on the Tug Hill Plateau by the time it's all set and done on Saturday. And then we've got another system to get through Sunday through Tuesday with a mixture of both rain and snow showers, but we'll cross that bridge once we get to it. We've got to get